Welcome to Secure the Bag Week 2. It's your boy AW.
Hey, your boy Strizzy. What's up, Slack fan? Welcome back.
We back in the building. And you know what we're here to do. We're here to get this money. We're here to provide you not betting advice. Hashtag not betting advice. But yeah, we're here to make picks for all 16 NFL matchups this weekend. And then we will also bring you 3 locks against the spread. So without too much ado, let's go ahead and roll into it. Let me pull up these graphics real quick, and we'll see if we can't get it popping. But as I do that, I do want to remind everyone, you can play along with us in our NFL Pick'em League. We have the link in our bio. Join in. It's not too late to join. You can jump in. It's a week-to-week thing. And shout out to Pops for winning week 1 with a record of 14-2. So great job, Pops. And we'll see if we can't catch up to him this week. For us, last week, I came in with 12-4, and then Strizzy 10-6. But we'll look to bounce back, but that's still really solid, especially for week 1, not really knowing. For us, at least if we can hit 50%, then I think, or over 50%, we're gunning for that. So
for sure.
Pretty solid there. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I'll lead us off on the picks. And we'll get to it, and then we'll make our money or against the spread picks later. But starting off with tonight, we have Thursday Night Football, the Bills at the Dolphins. This one's kind of a tricky one. I'm actually going with the Bills. I feel like they're going to be a lot better than they were in week 1 starting off. And I also feel like the Dolphins were like a Trevor Etienne fumble away from potentially losing that week 1. So I'm going with the Bills on this one.
I'm going with Bills too. I think Josh Allen, is undefeated on Thursday Night Football. And I said this last year, not last year, but I think like last season when they lost a lot of the pieces that, I always say Josh Allen is better than people give him credit for. You know what I'm saying? He really, really came through last week in getting the Bills that win at home against the Cardinals. Like you said, they started off really slow, but I don't think they started off that slow this game. I think they win 2.
Yeah, for sure. Also want to welcome Stephanie Washington into the show. What's good, Stephanie? I believe Stephanie was tied for first place too, but just lost out on the tiebreaker. So she had a great week 1 as well. So shout out.
I'll say this really quick too. This is a really, really big game for the Dolphins, and not just because it's a division game, but like last year they lost to damn near every team above or at 500. You know what I'm saying? They could not beat good teams. So in order for them to kind of change that, change that era, change that aura, like they gotta win tonight.
Yeah, that's a great point. They got to beat those better teams when they get those chances. So I feel that. All right, moving into Sunday morning, we got the 49ers at the Vikings. 49ers just too much. CMC, no CMC, it doesn't matter. They roll in this one.
Yeah, I completely agree. I wouldn't even call this like a revenge game for like Sam Darnold because there's no real animosity there, right? So San Francisco rolls as well. Like you said, CMC, no MC, Niners get this game.
For sure. All right, next up, we've got the Seahawks at the Patriots. I'm going with the Seahawks in this one, but I do give props for the Patriots for still being that like tough-nosed defense, gritty, slow-down team. So I do think it'll be low scoring.
Same, likewise. I think they're under in this game as well, but I'm going Seahawks as well. I think they took the Bengals by surprise, but again, too, like it's just Bengals start off so slow, man. It's hard to tell where they're going to be at until the middle of the season. So I'm going Seahawks as well.
For sure. Next up, we got the Giants at the Commanders. I'm going with the Commanders at home in this one. Jaden Daniels gets his first career W.
Yeah, same. Gets his career W, and I think it's a touchdown as well. I think he scores in this game as well. Nice little player prop for y'all.
And until further notice, for me, I'm going against the Giants basically every week.
Me too. Same, dog. I ain't picking them at all. They might get the pick for me when they got to play the Panthers and Germany, but that's about it.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of the Panthers, they're our next matchup. We got the Chargers at the Panthers. I'm going with the Chargers in this one. I feel like they're just going to be a little bit too much, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring game as well. They're going to run a lot.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers as well. I feel like even if the Panthers do play better than they did last week, that's really not saying much. You know what I'm saying? That for me, they got a lot to work on. We just lost our best defensive player on the line in Derek Brown, so for the season. So that's another tough loss, but I'm going Chargers in this one.
All right, moving on. We have the Saints visiting America's team. I'm going with Dallas in this one, but I think this one will be fun. I'm interested to see if the Saints can score as much as they did last week, but obviously I feel like their offense won't have the ball as much. So We'll see, but I think this will be a good test for Dallas early, and I'm definitely going Cowboys.
Definitely. I think Cowboys have a semi-high spread in this one. I think it's like a touchdown, 6.5 or something like that. I'm going Cowboys as well. I think this is going to be more of a testament on who the Saints really are because, yeah, they rolled last week, but it's not saying much.
For sure. Stephanie Washington's cracking me up. Germany getting the boringest game ever. For real. That was like not planned out well, but you know what? Hopefully we'll be able to trick them into thinking that's some good NFL action. Hopefully they get a decent showing, but I don't know.
Bro, sometimes I feel like you gotta like switch that up. I would change that, bro. Like if I'm the NFL
like the international game, yeah.
I could care less about these players' feelings. I'm like, look, y'all are ass. Both squads, y'all. Like I'm switching it up. Or if anything, like make it a division game. Send the Cowboys to play the Giants for that game.
Or you always know it's a good, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like this is there's no way. Like if you're you cannot send these two teams to another country to play like that. There's no way. No, they gotta
Germany's not going to invite the NFL back after that one for sure. For real. All right, next up we got the Colts at the Packers. This is a really tricky one for me. I'm going with the Colts, but I feel like LaFleur and the Packers will have a game plan built around their backup quarterback, and they'll be semi-decent. So I still think it'll be close, but I feel like the Colts will hit a couple big plays, and that'll take them over the top.
Yeah, I took the words right out of my mouth. I feel the same way. Like Coach LaFleur has actually been a really, really good coach these last couple of seasons, and even without their franchise quarterback, they will game plan something. They'll probably run the ball a bit. I think Jacobs might get the ball quite a bit in this game if the running game is going well. But I think the Colts have a little too much for them offensively for the Green Bay Packers to keep up.
For sure. All right. Next up, we got the Browns at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going with the Jaguars in this one. They looked good at home for that first half last week. And the Browns, man, the offense is just not looking too great. But I think this will be a rock'em sock'em game. But I'm going Jacksonville just because they're at home.
Yeah, I feel this one. I think you're right. I think Jacksonville looked a lot better last week than the Browns did. That's for sure. Regardless of who the Browns played, their defense is also really, really good. And the offense has too many weapons to not play well. So I think they have more problems than we think. And I'm going Jags.
For sure. All right. Next up, we got the Jets at the Titans. This is going to be a pretty close game. I'm going with the Jets to bounce back. I feel like the game on Monday night was not their best representation, and they're still working through some things. And the Titans, man, they're good. They're spry, but I don't think they have that winning time element yet. So I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, I feel you on that one, man. I'm going Jets too. Like I said, it's going to take some rust to get off. Aaron Rodgers is not a young quarterback anymore, and he's coming back from a major injury. So and then you got to play the Niners in your first week. That's rough regardless. You know what I'm saying? But and the Titans are a pick 6 away from probably winning that game last week. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're right. I think it's not going to be as bad as we think, but I am taking the Jets in this one.
For sure. Yeah, everybody panic about the Jets. It's like you said, you play the Niners in week 1. Like everybody, the whole league either starts 1-0 or 0-1, half and half. Like there's no other way around it. So it's not that big of a deal. Yep. All right, next up, the Buccaneers at the Lions. I really want to pick the Bucs in this one. So I am actually I'm going with the Bucs on the road. I don't know. I just think that they're doing pretty good, man. I think that offense is kind of explosive, and we'll see.
I know, man. After that game, I think Baker Mayfield shot up after week 1 of being tied for MVP or something like that after the game he had last week, man. And I hope it rolls, dude. I'm happy for him. He's been quiet. He's been proving everybody wrong on the field. You know what I mean? And I love that for him. So when he first came in the league, you look at him like Johnny Manziel type, but I think he's really, really come around and just trying to prove that he can still play in this league, and he definitely showed up last week. And I'm with you. I think they get this game. It's maybe the upset of the week.
That's what's up. All right, same wavelength there. So we'll see how that pans out for us. Next up, we got the Raiders at the Ravens. The Ravens are gonna smash. They're gonna run the ball a lot. Yeah. I feel like there's no way they drop this game.
I completely agree. I think same thing with the Jets. You got a really good team, the Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs in week 1. That's hard enough for anybody. And but yeah, I think they roll the Raiders this week. They're gonna run the ball quite a bit.
And I'm still got love for my Raiders, man. I hope that they do okay this year, but just not yet. It's just not yet.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have the Rams at the Cardinals. So the Cardinals are somehow favored in this game. I know the line has moved, but when it opened, the Cardinals were favored. I have no idea why. I know the Rams have some injuries, but I feel like their offense still has playmakers and finds a way to move the ball. So I'm going with the Rams.
I'm going with the Rams too. Puka Nacua, I think that's the primary reason why they're favored in this game. The Cardinals, but like I always tell you guys every week, man, like the Cardinals do not play well at home for some odd reason. I think MHJ gets involved in the offense a little bit more because they're going to force Kyler to do it, or Kyler's going to be Kyler and just not get him involved because he thinks he has to be right all the time. So I just think Kyler's a problem for the Cardinals, and I give this kid another year before they're looking to get rid of him.
Yeah, it sucks because he does have a lot of potential and he makes plays despite his stature. But yeah, him coming out and saying like it's not my job to get him the ball, like when it's literally like what you do, you throw him the ball. Like I get what he kind of meant as far as the coordinator, but obviously when he's wide open for game-winning touchdowns and you don't see him,
right? Yeah, like that's so crazy. Like imagine Sam Darnold or even Kirk Cousins last year talking about it's not my job to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. Like what do you mean?
Like it's literally your job. That's the only way he's gonna get the ball.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's not your first read. Like you look for him first just to make sure he's not open. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the guy.
For sure. All right, continuing with the Sunday afternoon games, we got the Bengals at the Chiefs. I think the Bengals play a little bit better in this one, but I think it's too much. I think the Chiefs continue to look good and they hold it down.
Completely agree. The Kansas City Chiefs with a nice, top 3 defense in the league is always scary. Offense played really well last week. They have weapons again, and KC with weapons is a very, very scary thing, man. I'm loving what Xavier Worthy's been able to do so far. I had 2 touchdowns last week, and Bengals they'll play better, but I don't think they're there yet.
Yeah, they always take until week 3 or 4 to get it really rolling. So Kansas City also one of the rare teams starting with both for week 1 and 2 at home, so they're kind of lucky with that.
Yep.
All right, next up we got the Steelers at the Broncos. I'm going with the Steelers in this one. I'm looking for our boy Justin Fields to have a better game, stronger game. But obviously that Steelers defense is still nasty, so I think that they win this one in a kind of a physical matchup.
Yeah, I completely agree. I kind of wish Russell Wilson was playing in this one just because I think he deserves a little get back for the way they did him. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of Russell Wilson, they really kind of screwed him over a little bit in this. He's still getting paid, but if I'm Russell Wilson, I want my get back. But I hope Justin Fields gets it for him.
For sure. And Russell Wilson will have all the right things to say, but you know how he really feels. I wish one time we could really hear how he really feels.
That's for real.
All right, moving into Sunday Night Football, we got a really good matchup. 2 young quarterback stars, Caleb Williams going to play C.J. Stroud and the Texans. I'm going with the Texans at home in this one. Williams got carried in the first week. Let's be honest. Yep. I feel like it's going to be a tougher task for the defense and the rest to kind of hold him up in this one.
Yeah, I completely. Sorry, my dog was making a weird noise. I completely agree with you on this one. I actually think Chicago gets a little bit blown out in this one. I think Caleb plays better, but we forget too. The Texans have a pretty solid defense, and their coach is a defensive-minded coach. So I feel like defensive-minded coaches, anytime they go up against a rookie quarterback, they're licking their chops. So I think Caleb plays way better than he did last week. But I think they win by a touchdown or 2. I'll say 2.
Nice. All right, so the alternate spread on that one. All right, our last matchup of the week, Monday Night Football. We got a battle of the birds. The Falcons visiting the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles got this one. They looked really good down in Brazil. They'll be traveling, be back home. And Saquon Barkley looks like he's going to feast this year. He's going to get a lot of touches, a lot of opportunities. I feel like they're going to be too much for the Falcons.
Yeah, I think Saquon Barkley's got the we used to pray for times like this in regards to the offensive line that the Eagles have, and like I said last week, I think even without Jason Kelsey, I think the offensive line is still one of the best in the league, and he's running behind it. Even like Jalen Hurts started the game off kind of sorry, they had the I think interception of the fumble and then the fumbled snap, but then right after that, he locked in and looked the way he has looked, in the past. So I think the Eagles also run through this one too.
All right, there you go. There you have it. All 16 NFL matchups selected against the money line. And as we always like to remind everyone, this is not actual betting advice, but we did our money line picks, just simply who will win the game. Now we're going to bring you 3 locks against the spread, which is considering that adjusted score based on who's favored. This is what Vegas and the betting the sports books do to kind of even out that. And get you some decent odds on some heavy favorites. So we're going to do that. But whether you're watching live or watching later, don't be afraid to share your locks as well in the comments. We would love to hear who you guys are feeling as we progress and share who we are feeling this week. Last week, Strizzy started us off with one bag, got that Patriots locked in. Great call on that one. You were ready for the Cincinnati Bengals to start slow. Let's walk through your 3 locks of this week.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I think Dallas rolls on this one. I think the Saints looked really good on offense, but they had the ball a lot last week. Like Panthers could not get anything going, and they scored. I think their punter didn't punt until like 6 minutes or something like that in the fourth quarter. So that's not going to happen against the Dallas Cowboys. And I think Dallas, especially I think being at home in this one, they're going to win by a touchdown for sure.
All right.
Jets in this one, I think the Jets actually do win by probably a touchdown or so. I think they are going to be a little bit stronger than what the Bears were this past weekend. But I think the Jets are trying to prove a little bit, that they're better than what they've been the last season or two, even better than what they were last week. And this one, I like the favorite in this one too. I like Washington against the Giants. I'm with you. I'm picking against the Giants every weekend until they, for whatever reason, try to prove me otherwise. But I just don't see that happening with Daniel Jones behind center. So rooting for my boy Jane Daniels there, and I hope he gets his first dub as a pro.
That will be really cool to see for sure. So locking in the Cowboys, the Jets, and the Commanders against the spread. Moving on to mine real quick. I did hit on the Cowboys and the Vikings last week. Shout out to the Giants for being trash. So this week, I'm going to start off with what we talked about. I'm picking the Bills in this one. So they got odds. They are the underdog in this one, but I think they're going to win outright. So I'll definitely take that one with the 2.5 points. But I do think it'll be a close game. If Miami's going to do it, they better do it now before the weather gets colder because they're going to have to go to Buffalo later this year. So
for sure.
They definitely want to get that split. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. Unfortunately, in the Chargers-Panthers, I feel like a 6-point spread. I feel like the Chargers will beat your Panthers by a touchdown. I feel like they're going to be a little bit too much for them, and that offense just can't get going yet. And then I'm telling you on this last one, the Commanders – a 1.5 against the Giants. I mean, that's basically 1.5 is basically a toss-up, a coin flip type thing. Yeah, and I think they definitely are better than the Giants. So this will be interesting to see. And also, I think Dan Quinn is going to unleash his defense a little bit against Daniel Jones. There'll be a turnover or multiple turnovers. So
and he knows Daniel Jones well with his time in Dallas. So
he'll be ready for that.
Yeah, I like that one. I like it.
All right. As always, we try to keep it transparent. This is just what we do. So we'll be collecting or we'll be reporting out on our records week to week, but also, through the season. So far, 10-6, 12-4. We'll see how that progresses through the season. And then on the other side, Strizzy's picked up 1 bag and I've picked up 2. So we'll try to keep this thing moving. But really quickly, as we end the show, again, just want to thank everybody for watching. Remind everybody that you can play along with our Yahoo Pick'em. We give out a Super Bowl square for our big grid every single week. So if you win that week, you'll have something to look forward to when the big game rolls around before we know it in February. And also I did want to ask you, Strizzy, do you have any like specials or any parlays that you've done for tonight's game? Any like extra little bonus tidbit for our crew out here?
Yeah, man. So I got a little part. I got a couple of like big ones, and then I think the one that I'm liking so far is like I think Josh Allen's going to have to play really well for the Bills all year. So I got Josh Allen anytime scorer. I got Josh Allen over his passing yards. I like Tyreek Hill over his receptions, and then the rookie Keon Coleman for 40 yards.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's so funny. So I have 2 going tonight, but it's funny that they're very similar. My first one, I have Tyreek Hill touchdown scorer anytime. Josh Allen anytime touchdown scorer. Josh Allen over 225 yards. Yeah. Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions. Yeah. And then my last one I threw in there, a little bit different from yours, James Cook, 25 plus receiving yards. So we'll see what's up with that one.
Yeah.
Got some pretty good odds. And then I threw a little crazy one out there, like a little just like $1 on some big odds. I have Jalen Wright as an anytime touchdown scorer. Okay. He's the rookie, but with both running backs being out for the Dolphins, I feel like he's going to get a chance. So I got Jalen Wright and James Cook as anytime touchdown scorers, the Bills money line, and then Ed Oliver to record a sack. Because I like to throw the sack ones in there every once in a while. I think they're going to be getting after Tua because he's going to have to be throwing a lot. So that one pays out pretty good on those odds. So I use my little no sweat one on that one. But yeah, when we have parlays for the Thursday night, I feel like we might just throw them out there a little bit just to kind of share that with y'all. And if you guys want to throw a couple dollars on there with us, we can all cash in together. So that's what's up. We will see you guys Tuesday for episode 264 of Say Like a Champ, and we will be recapping all the games, all the news, all the injuries. We'll get more in depth on there because that's our long format show. But again, week to week, we will continue to bring all the picks for each week and our locks against the spread on our Secure the Back shows Thursday. So thank you for being with us. We appreciate you. And anything else, Strizzy? I guess I think we did good.
I know, it was quick. It was a good one.
We're gonna continue to keep it rolling for y'all. We know everybody's got busy schedules, so do we. So we got the ticker rolling, and we're gonna get it through. Knock it out for y'all. So that's what's up. But until next time, it's your boy AW
and your boy Strizzy.
Peace.